Have you noticed how people only talk about crypto after everything goes wrong? The truth is, most investors don't lose money because the market surprises them. They lose it because of a few simple mistakes they never thought would matter. Crypto doesn't need a scam or a complete collapse to wipe someone out. Sometimes, all it takes is one bad habit repeated at the wrong moment. Right now, as volatility increases and emotions run high, these mistakes are becoming more dangerous than ever. In this video, we're breaking down 3 critical crypto mistakes that have already cost people everything and could do the same to you if you're not paying attention. These aren't complicated technical errors. They're mindset and decision mistakes that quietly destroy portfolios from the inside. Mistake 1. Treating crypto like a guaranteed shortcut. One of the most dangerous illusions in crypto is the belief that it's a guaranteed shortcut to wealth. This mindset usually forms after hearing success stories of early adopters who turned small investments into life-changing money. What rarely gets mentioned is timing. Many of those gains came from being early, patient, and disciplined, not from blindly buying and waiting. When people enter crypto believing profits are inevitable, they stop treating it like a risk asset and start treating it like a lottery ticket. That's when rational decision-making slowly disappears. This shortcut mentality pushes investors to overcommit capital far beyond safe limits. Instead of building positions gradually, they go all in, convinced that waiting or diversification is unnecessary. They ignore volatility, assuming it's just temporary noise. When prices rise, this belief hardens into overconfidence. When prices fall, panic sets in because the original assumption that crypto only goes up has been violated. At that point, decisions become emotional rather than strategic. Another problem with shortcut thinking is impatience. Crypto markets don't move in straight lines. They trend, stall, crash, recover, and repeat. Investors who expect fast results struggle during long consolidation periods. They jump from one coin to another, chasing momentum without understanding fundamentals or risk. This constant switching increases transaction costs, mistakes, and emotional exhaustion. Instead of compounding knowledge and discipline, they compound stress. The shortcut belief also blinds people to downside scenarios. They don't ask, "What if I'm wrong?" because they don't believe being wrong is possible. That lack of contingency planning is devastating when markets reverse sharply. Without an exit strategy, even small losses can spiral into large ones. What could have been a manageable drawdown turns into a portfolio-threatening event simply because there was no plan B. Crypto rewards preparation more than optimism. It's not designed to save people from their own assumptions. Those who see it as a guaranteed path to wealth often learn the hard way that markets don't care about belief. Treating crypto as an opportunity, not a promise, is the first step toward survival. Without that shift in mindset, every market downturn feels unfair, personal, and financially destructive. Mistake 2. Ignoring risk until it's too late. Ignoring risk is one of the most common reasons crypto investors lose everything, and the most dangerous part is that it rarely feels reckless at the beginning. In fact, it often feels reasonable. Many people believe risk management is only necessary for professionals or for those handling large portfolios. They tell themselves they will figure it out later, once profits start coming in. The problem is that markets don't wait for investors to feel ready. Risk doesn't arrive politely or gradually in crypto. It shows up suddenly, violently, and without warning. When it does, there's rarely time to think things through calmly if preparation was skipped. One of the biggest mistakes is investing money that cannot truly be afforded to lose. On the surface, most investors claim they understand this rule. In reality, they bend it the moment excitement takes over. Savings accounts, emergency funds, or even borrowed money get pulled into trades under the belief that a unique opportunity has appeared. This decision adds invisible pressure immediately. Every price movement feels personal, almost threatening. Losses don't feel like numbers anymore. They feel like mistakes that impact security and future plans. Once emotions are tied this tightly to a position, objective thinking becomes nearly impossible. Exposure size is another risk most people underestimate. Even strong projects can destroy a portfolio if the position is oversized. Crypto is naturally volatile, where 20–40% swings can happen quickly and without warning. Without proper position sizing, those swings turn into catastrophic losses. Many investors think risk management is about predicting the market correctly, but it isn't. It's about limiting damage when predictions inevitably fail. Markets are unpredictable by nature, and risk management exists precisely because certainty is an illusion. Liquidity risk adds another layer of danger. In calm conditions, exiting a position feels easy and almost guaranteed. In moments of panic, that illusion disappears. Buyers vanish, spreads widen, and prices drop sharply. Investors who plan to sell if things go bad discover that clean exits no longer exist. The window closes far faster than expected, and losses can no longer be managed. They must simply be endured. Ignoring risk early sets off a chain reaction later. Fear creates hesitation. Hesitation leads to worse entry and exit prices, and those prices fuel even more emotional decisions. By the time investors recognize the danger, it's already built into their position. This is why experienced investors manage risk before entering, not after panic begins. Crypto is unforgiving to late lessons, and those who delay learning this often pay for it in full. Mistake 3. Letting emotions override your plan. Crypto is one of the most emotionally demanding markets in existence, and that isn't an exaggeration, it's a structural reality. Prices can surge or collapse within minutes, narratives shift almost daily, and social media magnifies every rumor, prediction, and half-formed opinion. Even experienced, disciplined investors feel the psychological weight of this environment. For those without a firm plan, the pressure becomes overwhelming. This is why letting emotions override strategy is one of the most dangerous mistakes in crypto. It rarely feels reckless in the moment. Instead, emotional decisions feel logical, urgent, and even smart while they're happening. Fear and greed don't announce themselves openly. They disguise themselves as reason. Greed usually takes control during rapid price increases. When markets move up aggressively, excitement, urgency, and confidence hit all at once. Investors start believing they're witnessing a rare opportunity that must be acted on immediately. Original entry rules suddenly feel restrictive instead of protective. Positions are added impulsively, often at inflated prices because the momentum feels unstoppable. Risk management is dismissed as unnecessary caution. The internal narrative becomes, "This time is different." But markets don't care about excitement. When the inevitable pullback comes, as it always does, confidence collapses into regret. Positions entered emotionally almost never have clear exit plans, which turns temporary pullbacks into painful drawdowns. Fear operates just as powerfully, but in the opposite direction. During downturns, red candles trigger basic survival instincts. Investors feel an urgent need to escape emotional pain, even if it means selling strong assets at the worst possible moment. The logic becomes, "I'll get back in later." This is where inconsistency begins to destroy portfolios. Panic selling after sharp declines, followed by buying back higher once prices stabilize, creates a damaging cycle. Over time, this behavior drains both capital and confidence. The portfolio doesn't just lose value, it loses structure, direction, and discipline, becoming unstable and reactionary. Hope is another underestimated emotional threat. Investors hold on to losing positions far longer than planned because they just need it to come back. Hope delays hard but necessary decisions, turning manageable losses into deep setbacks. Pride worsens the problem. Admitting a mistake feels worse than holding on to one, especially after publicly defending a position or tying personal identity to an investment idea. Markets punish ego relentlessly, without hesitation or sympathy. This is precisely why a written plan matters. A plan exists to protect investors from themselves, not from the market. It defines entry, exit, position size, and acceptable loss before emotions get involved. When that plan is ignored, decisions become reactive instead of intentional. At that point, the market, not the investor, takes control. Long-term success in crypto isn't about eliminating emotion. That's impossible. It's about preventing emotion from making decisions. Without that boundary, even strong strategies eventually collapse under pressure. Crypto doesn't destroy portfolios overnight. It does it through small mistakes repeated under pressure. Treating crypto like a shortcut, ignoring risk, and letting emotions drive decisions are the fastest ways to lose everything in this market. Awareness is your first line of defense. If this breakdown helps sharpen your perspective, support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Drop a comment with your thoughts or experiences. Your insight could help someone else avoid a costly mistake. Stay calm, stay disciplined, and stay alert, because in crypto, avoiding the biggest mistakes is often more important than chasing the biggest gains.